Oh, Catalyst family, Pastor Bill here. I got several people commented and requested if I could do another video and sort of help kind of walk through the way the church app works, where you can find all the different tools. So I set up a little quick rig with my laptop here in the office, my iPhone right here. If you are using the Android version of the app itself should look exactly the same, so there shouldn't be too much of a problem. But I want to just switch over to camera view here. So here you go. Now I'm down here in the corner and you can see here's the Catalyst app. If I swipe up on my phone, this is just the desktop of my regular phone. You can see right there the black Catalyst app right next to where I keep my music. I go in here and so let's just talk about the way this screen first loads. Okay, so let's start at the very, very top. Obviously, at the very top, you can see there's the Catalyst logo. And then the first icon that looks like just a bunch of little lines, that's the media icon. So if you clicked on those little lines, it would immediately take you to whatever the last bit of media you were watching, which in my case, I started watching one of our live services. And then if you see in the upper right-hand corner, that little arrow or upper left-hand corner, I just click that little arrow, brings you back to the home screen. So that's the first icon up there, the in the black, that's all white icons. The first one that's the lines is media. The second one, this is super important. This is the one that looks like two little speech bubbles or SMS messaging bubbles. You click on that, and that is the messaging side of our app. Now, obviously, I am in a lot of messaging groups. If you come over here to discover, you can look at the different groups that are discoverable. You can ask to join those. And then when you click on conversations, this is where all your conversations would be. And obviously, I'm in a lot of the different groups. And then again, the down arrow right next to messaging brings us back to the home screen. The next icon, which is the magnifying glass, obviously that one's sort of easy. That's a search. If you're looking for scripture, if you're looking for a topic, if you're looking for a sermon, you know, search is search. And then the last one, which is the circle, which currently is the picture of me with the when we did the, Captain Bill Sunday and I had the big like ship's pirate wheel. This one is where you actually set up your account. So if you have not set up an account yet, then you will go to this screen and it will ask you to log in and set up an account. The reason you have to have an account is you cannot access the messaging features or access any of the volunteer scheduling features that we use without actually having an account. And then the top one here, that's where you click to edit your profile information. That's your phone, your email. You can see schedule. Oh, look, I'm on the schedule. I'm scheduled to serve on Sunday, February the 16th at 10 a.m. I could click that. You can click view schedule, continue playing. I went back and watched Pastor Tyler's sermon, which he did an amazing job. Way to go. And then if you keep scrolling down here in settings until you see right underneath of app notification or app settings, it says notifications. So this is a huge place you want to go because this is where you can turn on and turn off notifications for anything that's going on in our church. So like I just prepped a push notification for the men's group to send a notification just to the men in our church. So if you want to be able to receive notifications about what's going on in the men's ministry, you would make sure to click on. Men, if you didn't want to hear about what's going on in the ladies ministry, you could turn that one off. I believe when you first come here, I think general is the only one that's turned on. And then you can turn on, Catalyst Kids Ministry if you want notifications from kids. If you want for part of our Celebrate Recovery, our CR family, and you only want notifications about CR, you can do that. So the notifications part inside the app settings is super important that you go there and you tune this to whatever. So now I'm just going to hit the arrow back to here, and then I'm going to hit that down one more time. That brings me back to the home screen. So that's just the very top row. Then next, you can see there's this little graphic that says new service times. So this graphic top up here, this is where our church announcements go. And you see the little three dots. The one on the left is white, and then there's two gray dots. That tells you that there's two other announcements. So if I swipe, you can see here, I can swipe back and forth through these announcements. So first there's the new service announcement, then there's the clothing drive announcement, and then there's the Secret Sister gift exchange announcement. If you want to learn any more about one of those, you just tap on that announcement and it automatically loads the information and it'll tell you whatever you need to know about that announcement. I just click the back button. I can go over here to clothing drive, same thing, click on it. So this replaces the need for a lot of announcements in our bulletin or on Sundays, because now all of our announcements are going to be right here and they're going to be interactive. So that's the top row, that's the announcement row. And now if I slide, now we get to really the main core features of the app. So up first, you can see there Catalyst Live. It says live stream underneath of it. If I click on that, it brings you to the page to watch the live stream. Now, it doesn't actually automatically play the live stream. Somebody asked, can I make it just automatically play it? No, I can't, because you have to actually like move yourself into the live stream. So if we were currently live streaming, which we're not right now because I'm recording this video, you would see it and it would say, hey, we're live broadcasting. Click here to join, and you could join. So now I'm going to go back out of live stream. Events tab, upper right-hand corner, the yellow one, it says upcoming events. This is super important because this replaces a lot of what our bulletin on Sundays used to do. So you can scroll here and you could see here's the category of events that are coming up. Today happens to be a Wednesday. I've got men's fraternity tonight, so that's why men's fraternity Bible study is at the very top. I could click on that if I needed information, directions, if I was going to register so that people know I'm coming, all of that. So the events tab is a huge place to be able to see what's coming in the church, interface with it, and this is where we are going to be putting, things that are coming up. Online campus members, we will be putting online campus only events. I know Pastor Tyler is talking about doing an online or a virtual Bible study. I'm trying to effort what could I do virtually during the midweek time to be able to provide for our church. So events tab is going to be hugely important. You're going to want to go there. Now, if I scroll, the next two, you can see they're green and purple. One says Wilmington campus, one says online campus. These are the connect cards for any time you attend a service. So if you attend a service on the Wilmington campus, you just click on the green button that says Wilmington, and it loads the Wilmington campus connect card. I'm going to click back, purple, online campus, same thing. Some of you attend Wilmington on some Sundays and online on some Sundays. It's fine. But what I want you to understand is at the office, Miss Donna and I track attendance separately for both campuses. So I can see who's attending in Wilmington, who's attending online, and I can see who's attending on both. So please make sure when you're engaging in a service, whether it's Wilmington or online, that you use the right button, because it helps us to keep herding the cats and get everything correct. So the top two are live streaming upcoming events. Then the next two are the two connect cards you need to engage in any service at Catalyst. Then if we keep scrolling, the next two are contact buttons. Contact the Catalyst office or contact Pastor Bill directly. Again, the app is supposed to be that digital connectivity that moves us from content to community by creating connections. So if you need to contact the church office for any reason, if you have a question, there's an announcement, you're not sure what the information is, click that button. It automatically creates an email directly to Miss Donna. If you need to email me, you got a Bible question, you're concerned about something, you need a pastoral counseling meeting, whatever it is, you just click that button that says contact Pastor Bill, and it automatically opens a form that you can fill out. This form dumps right into my inbox. So it'll immediately show up on my phone. I'll get with you with, whatever you said in your email, and then I will contact you. Then as we scroll down, the next yellow one is Right Now Media. And I want to explain this for a minute because I had somebody in my office this week who didn't even know we had it. So Right Now Media is like a Netflix for Bible study and personal devotional material. We as a church pay for this service, and it is free to any member of the Catalyst family. So if you attend on the Wilmington campus, it's free for you. If you attend on the online campus, it's free for you. But you have to join the Catalyst group in order to have access to the content. So the yellow button that says Right Now Media, if I click on that, it's going to open a page where it says, hey, look, welcome. You've been invited to join this organization, set up or create a profile, and then you can either sign up or if you already have an account, sign in. Now, Right Now Media is its own app. So you can't actually play the Right Now Media content inside the Catalyst app. You would have to go, and that's why there are links there to the App Store and the Google Play Store. You would have to go and download the Right Now Media app. But I would highly recommend that everyone do this because there are plenty of amazing Bible study, small group, devotional materials. In fact, um, our online small group that meets on Tuesday nights, they use Right Now Media. Right Now Media has an entire virtual Bible study built into it. So if you're interested in starting a virtual Bible study, just use the app, send me a message. I can show you how to do all of that. All of this is free for you. We've already built it. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of my web browser, come back here to the app. Next to Right Now Media, there's the green says Grow Tool. This is where we've been at on Sundays for the last couple of weeks. So here is my take on how I wanted to deliver an idea behind Christian discipleship for you. So you can see here's a little paragraph introducing this. If I slide up, here's the basic graphic. Everybody starts as a pre-Christian. They place their trust. Then they become a believer. They grow in lifestyle obedience. They become a follower. They learn what we believe and why we believe it. They become a disciple maker, and disciple makers invite pre-Christians to trust. And that's how that cycle works. So everyone who has our app has access to this discipleship tool. Your first goal should be to assess where you are in the cycle and start taking the next step. Your second goal would be when you're getting up into that disciple maker category, use this to be able to have a conversation with a pre Christian or a younger believer if you know they've trusted in Christ, but they're not growing. This is not just for you to assess yourself, but it is here to help you help others grow. And then if you scroll down, there's a bunch of questions. And then if you like, it says, what is a Christian? And then you tap on what is a Christian, boom, there's an answer. I pre-filled in all of this information so that you could have a disciple maker conversation with just your phone with anybody that you come across. Those of you who would rather read it all in one sitting than click and whatever, you can scroll down to the bottom. It says free ebook. Would you rather learn about the Christian growth cycle or Christian growth cycle offline? We got you covered. Take the link below to download a free Grow ebook. And you can see a button that's there that says grow ebook.pdf. Click on that button, automatically going to load. This is all the same information, all the same questions, and all the same answers. But now it's just loaded like an ebook. So you can sit here and you can just scroll on it. As long as you learn the information, it doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to give it to you in more than one format. So here I'm going to go ahead and click back. Now I'm still back to here. There's our main button menu. The last two buttons at the bottom are links to our Facebook and the church's Instagram feeds. That's so that you can stay connected with all that the church is putting out there on social media. So that's the top bar. That's the announcement bar. That's the main buttons. The final thing we got to look at is down here across the bottom. You have 5 icons across the bottom. It says Home, Bible, Media, Giving, and Leaders. Home is this main screen right here with announcements and your interface buttons. That's the home screen. You click the next one over, Bible, automatically going to load a full use audio Bible with, a full use digital Bible with the audio Bible built into it. This is part of what the software that we pay for to build the app. It already has it built into it. You can see here across the bottom, I was currently looking at Matthew 5, the Sermon on the Mount. If you click on where it says NIV, you can actually change the translation. I have the app defaulting to NIV because that's what I use on Sundays. Doesn't mean you have to keep it there. Um, and then just because I think it's really cool, let me scroll here. I'm going to go back in the Bible and I would like to go to Ruth chapter 1. And you can see here, notice where it says related media. So last year we did a sermon series. We walked through the entire book of Ruth. Well, the app accesses the media library and it drops any relevant sermon material into where you are scrolling in the Bible. So if you happen to navigate to Ruth chapter 1, or if you just keep scrolling here, here's all of Ruth chapter 1. Let me go to Ruth. Let me move on here. Instead of Ruth 1, let me go to Ruth 2. And just there's the related media. If you wanted to watch my sermon on Ruth chapter 2, you could do that, or you can just scroll right by it. So that's the Bible tab. Media tab. This is where our services are. This is where our sermons are. You can see there, this is where you could access the last Catalyst Live. That was the last Sunday service. Or if you scroll down here, you can see I've been watching several. And then down here at the very bottom, if you keep going, there's series. If you click into series, we try to keep all of the relevant media organized. So there's the Love Like Jesus series, the Ruth series, the Revelation series. Anything that Pastor Tyler teaches, I drop in a Pastor Tyler series so you can hear just from him. There's the Reset series, and of course, Catalyst on Demand. That is full length services, not just teaching, but that's worship and teaching all in one. And then obviously, currently we're in the Grow series. That's why that one wants to be on top. So that's the media tab. The next one over, that's the giving tab. This drops our secure giving portal right into the app. You don't have to go anywhere else. It is completely secure. It's just loaded here for you. And then the final tab is for leaders. When you load this page, it loads just like this, and it says this page is password protected. If you are in our leadership, you have this password, you can log in. But if you're in leadership, your budget request forms are in there, your reimbursement forms, that's just in house forms that our leaders need to have access to. And I was trying to find a way to make it super easy. So if you're not in Catalyst leadership, you don't really have to worry about that tab. But for those of you deacons, elders, ministry leaders, try to drop the tools there for you. And you can just, if you need to message me and be reminded what the password is. So I'm going to go back to the home button real quick, scroll all the way to the top. Across the top, there's the media messaging, super important. I know that Lucy sends messages to our elementary kids parents. I know Pastor Tyler uses it to send messages to both the youth group and the youth parents. So you're going to want to set up an account. Messaging is a huge feature for our app. Then this top is announcements. This is where you'll see things that are coming up that aren't necessarily events, but I want you to know about them. And then obviously live stream events. Make sure you get the right Connect card for whichever service you attend. Contact, sign up for Right Now Media. I, I have tried my best to make sure that Monday through Saturday, you have access to the maximum amount of things in your church right from your phone. If you think that I am missing something, I want to hear from you. Guess what? There's a button that says Contact Pastor Bill. Hit me up and let me know if there is a function or a feature that you think is missing that would make it easier for you to stay digitally engaged and connected with your church family 24/7. That's what our app is for. So, thus ends my tour. Let me come back to full screen and just tell you it is a privilege to be the pastor of Catalyst. I say all the time, this is the best job I've ever had. I love serving the Lord. I love being at our church. I love trying to make tools for you that help you to stay connected to your community Monday through Saturday. So please go download the app, share this video with anybody that you need to help them have a tour, and let's just be an amazing church family. All right, church, I love you. See you Sunday.